So on one side you have those large network hospitals, then you have hospitals like Cosmopolitan which have a legacy but may not be part of a large network. In today's healthcare market per se, how challenging is it for a hospital like Cosmopolitan to take things forward?
Yeah, Mr. Jose, actually Cosmopolitan Hospital started way back in 1982, almost 34 years now under the goodwill and patient care. And actually the Mali travelers, the first, this MVT I think came from Mali. They came to, because of Cosmo only. They came to, they set up houses, they were, their hotels and all that, were full around that area.
No, but you call it entire area,
yeah.
whether it's
and
clinics or
all that, mainly from Mali. We started that trend. Later on the kids came, they took a share of our business also. And now what we are doing now is that we don't have any other branch, there's only one hospital there, but we are in the center, the prime place. And what we are now doing is now we are NABH Safe certified, and we have Green OT, safer than safe for our theatre. And now we are going for NABH also. That's our primary motive, go for NABH, then take JCA also. And then now we have a tie-up with one Nelanga medical travel facilitator, one Dr. Sunil. And from April onwards, he is opening office in our hospital. And we are going in a big way, we are going to go into this MVT. And I hope we'll all, we should have a synergy, and only we can survive.
So, can I answer this question what you asked? Like, in a very healthy ecosystem, different price points should coexist. You cannot say that only large hospitals with a certain price point will survive or will thrive. And I like what Mr. Menon said is because it clearly syncs with what Father Johnson said, that that's the way forward, to go up the quality chain. Ultimately, overheads are different for everybody. So we will all naturally settle to a certain price point which has got a huge market out there. So the segmentation will take place, and that will actually boost to a bigger market for our state overall. So that is the greatest advantage for Kerala, because we are able to serve different price points, which I think is very important.
Which is important.
No, from the quality point of view, if you look at, that's a very welcoming thing. Like if you look at the entire country, about 618 hospitals are approved on NABH. Actually, we are in, Kerala is number 2. We have about 81 hospitals NABH accredited, next to NCR. NCR is about 94, and next to NCR we are second. We have about 81 hospitals already NABH accredited. The kind of quality consciousness.
Kerala?
Yes.
23 NABH.
That's
23
and 2 JCI. Kerala is only 23.
Maybe in the process.
Maybe in the process.
It's applied, and I think I saw in the thing 81 hospitals are, so that means the quality consciousness is there quite a lot. I think we are on the right path.
I think in Gujarat, I think almost all the primary clinics are also accredited.
That is mandatory, they made it as a mandatory.
That's an initiative by the government.
Yeah, MVT, I think JCI is, like if I see the NCR hospitals in NCR and Tamil Nadu, NABH is enough, to promote MVT. But I think if you have JCI, I think that accreditation is more valuable. I think more, I can say the grade, if you look at it, is above NABH, right?
No, internationally it is more accepted.
Thailand has some 37 hospitals JCI.
That's what, because we are the industry place. So I think that is one thing which Kerala should work. I think for existing hospitals also, people who have not taken a JCI, they should also try to.
Like in the IT industry, if you look at the capability maturity model or the ISO being taken by IT companies, it became a norm because your customer was insisting that you need to have CMM level 5 or ISO, and hence everybody, small shops, product companies, all of them adopted ISO. In the case of healthcare, I don't think there is anybody on the other side insisting that you need to baseline it. So it's more from voluntary, correct? And I'm sure like ISO or CMM, there is a cost attached to becoming certified in terms of internal investments into process maturity and stuff like that. So how attainable is it for single unit hospitals, which are maybe 80%? No, Radhagiri is an exception because Radhagiri is not a traditional single unit hospital, it's a massive investment. I'm talking about standalone hospitals which may be single department hospitals.
Those hospitals were already NABH and private hospitals, each area of hospitals. Each unit is separate, and if you get an NABH for one DPS hospital, it is not applicable for everybody.
This model you told.
Agreed.
So the same way, I mean, it's applicable to any standalone.
No, I'm saying BPS may have access to resources which a standalone single department, gynecologic hospital, standalone in Cochin may not have that kind of money to.
Can I break down your question? So in terms of when you talk about the cost structure, there are several components of it. One is the accreditation fee. There is a one-time and a recurring cost. That's one thing which most hospitals can actually book for that. The bigger chunk of cost is based on the aging of your infrastructure, because there are a lot of life safety issues in the standards which are non-compliant, especially fire rating of the building, and one would like to run a facility which is at risk of not having a fire NOC. The good thing about Kerala is that our regulatory agencies are among the strictest in our country. So I am quite confident that at least in the private sector, most facilities would have all the regulations in place. So the biggest chunk of infra for going for accreditation, like I said, is infrastructural restructuring. In terms of manpower, all hospitals, especially if you're focusing on clinical outcomes, you need to have a good, robust clinical quality department. But quality department, when you have an NABH, it's not only the prerogative of one unit, but it should be trans-enterprise. Everybody within the hospital should have that quality consciousness. The last thing, which is the most cost-effective, is vision of the promoters. So if the promoters wish that I need my hospital to be NABH accredited, cost goes out of the window. Its cost is no more a consideration.
But is it a manageable cost?
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that if you look at case studies around the world, the incidence of mishaps in a hospital goes down if you have these framework and safety features already in place. Because already empirical data shows that among medical litigations in the country, the state of Kerala is leading. So we are already leading in many things, but also in litigation, because we are in a highly evolved and aware society. So hospitals who don't have NABH, they are at a high risk of litigation, which then the whole process of addressing litigation is so expensive. So why go for it in the first place?
It's very expensive. It's difficult to get. It's not only that expensive, even if that is expensive.
What do we need to do? But has there been any effort which is done to hear it from the other side? What do they expect from our country, our state, and our? I mean, some kind of a sitting like this. Have we ever done that?
Just one point which I because this is my agenda. See, this Ready City model, I mean, probably Harish and the leaders here can talk about. Like, we are successful Kerala in Technopark and Infopark. It's known across the globe. At least at a destination 2 or destination 3 in India. So, like that, this Medi City, the government can allocate 100 acres of the land and all the hospitals. They can put the world-class facilities, including Ayurveda, whatever it is, like a smart city model. So that may work in Kerala, I believe. So the visibility of Kerala also may go up. So I think Kerala is the first state to start this Technopark, I understand, long back. Very good idea. That is what it is. Then
can I just put a counterpoint to it?
Sure.
Counterpoint to that is that I grew up in Dubai. So I know Dubai from my
I think it didn't work in Dubai.
It didn't work. It was a huge failure.
It's a huge failure.
The difference in healthcare is that zoning is important. See, for a population and a community, based on disease pattern, you need to understand what type of facility. It's not like a real estate thing. Technology parks are much more easier. It's in the services. We are also in services sector, but our offerings are completely catered to the epidemiological aspects in that specific geography. So viability will be the big question mark. If you have a conglomeration of facilities in one area, it's a big challenge.